Okay, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. Welcome. How is everyone? What do we have here? Hey, Rod and Lucas and Stuart. Hey, Martin and Tuxedo and Bill. Jeff. Who else? Apollo and Malfrey and Bearded Bucket. How are folks? I got everybody. Hey, Derek. Whew. How's everybody who observed Thanksgiving? Hope you had a good holiday. Hope you're having a good long weekend. Hey, Dr. Dave. Hey, Ed. Thomas and Popaway and B. McNichol. Let's see if we can finish up this 3D sets model. Hey, Anton. This was good. Hey, Joey. Oh. So I hope I didn't confuse people by making last month's public just half an hour before this one goes live. Because it's kind of interesting to see people put in chat, hi everybody. And I don't know if that's intentional or what. But the comments on the other one made it seem like they might have thought it was live. I'm not sure. Hey, James. So, like I said, hey, Redacted. We got both cats in here. Felix has already settled down. I'm sure Charlie, or I do that occasionally. I'm sure Oscar, there he goes. He's coming in. Hey, Nebulous and James. So we have, what is this? Oh yeah, they're gonna settle right in. That's good. I clicked on and thought I missed the start of today's stream. Yeah. I say hi, Nebulous. Hey, Marcus. Strong urge to build the 3D Sets 18 van. Now is a good time to do it. Now is a good time to do it because you see, you buy one, get 50% off the second one. They did this last year too, and I bought the Max 4x4 van and the, what did I buy? I think I bought the Skippy, the boat, last year. I haven't printed or built either of them, but I have the files for them. Hey, Jeff. Hey, Rob. Hey, David and John. So yeah, now is a great time if you are interested in any of these models. The Sakura is by far my favorite. I think probably my favorite thing that I've built. That's not a printer on the channel. And most of you have seen this, probably all of you have seen this, but this is the 240Z model that is just incredible with door latch, opening doors, detailed interior. So just absolutely phenomenal. Construction Models has 40% off. Nice. I am diving into other creators in terms of RC models. The Casidio, whatever, the 22B, because that just sounds ridiculously awesome to me. When I was building the Sakura, I said, I hope that 3D Sets comes out with a 22B, an all-wheel drive version, because they teased an all-wheel drive version of this drivetrain. But the other person got there first, so I bought the files for that, and I bought filament for it, but I haven't started printing yet. My wife got me a Reaper for my birthday yesterday. Awesome. What was your birthday yesterday, Joey? It's close enough here that I want everybody to say happy birthday to Joey, because it has to have happened very recently or very shortly upcoming. So happy birthday, Joey. Hey, Poity. Are you going to go the 18 direction for the Max? I don't know. Probably not. I'll probably just go with some color I like. I also want to print an 3D print an RC airplane. Yeah, and it's sounding like I really need to look at the GPs. And if I'm going to do something like that, that might be a fun thing to look at. So no promises. I have a very full schedule of projects, so no promises, but Oscar's looking right up at us, or me, but your birthday was the 20th? Oh, happy birthday, Apollo. I was in, what? Hold on. Are you telling me that your birthday was the 20th and we didn't wish you a happy birthday last week? Your birthday is not today, Poity, is it? Is it really today? Don't tell me it's today. Is it really? Oh, happy birthday. All the birthdays today. Happy birthday, Joey. Happy birthday, Apollo. Happy birthday, Poity. If all goes well, and it should, we should see Apollo here in the studio next month. So we're going to build a blaster. I mean, what else? It's kind of a requirement, right? We'll build a blaster. We'll probably do it on a Discord hangout. So if you're not, everybody here should be in the Discord, but if you're not, there's a link in the description. I'm finally going to build the zinc, which is a little too realistic blaster for, I feel, for YouTube. So that's why we're going to do it in a hangout. Excuse me. The sinuses still give me a little trouble, but what happened to my Tuesday streams? It got way too busy. This time of year is way too busy, Jeff. The intent is to do a Tuesday stream when I have extra things I want to cover, and there are some extra things I want to cover. I want to install a CPAP setup on the Trident we were working on. I have a little printer I want to show off, pre-built, so it sounds like good Tuesday stream content. Yeah, so you're gonna try to bring yours. Cool. Jeff H, happy birthday to your wife tomorrow. Hey Spectra, hey BLD. So, yeah, it just, prepping for 2 build series per month was just getting too much. And especially coming up into this little period here, September through December, where I've had way too many trips. So it just felt good for me to pause them for a while, go into an occasional. So we'll see what happens the beginning of this next year. There are some big things I need to do over the next 6 months. The next big event I need to prep for is Rocky Mountain, which at least is about 6 months away. So that'll give me a little bit of time to hopefully catch up, and I'm not going to immediately fill that with Tuesday streams. We'll see how it goes. There is a giant trip. I don't really have to prep for it, so I'm not counting it, but there's a giant trip that I'm probably doing in March, which will be exciting. But once that's a little more fleshed out and confirmed, I'll talk about it more. Good to see Chris and Jackie again. Haven't seen them in a while. Yeah, I always enjoy catching Chris's basement streams these Saturday mornings. Started watching your first Trident streams, and you and Pooch. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Pooch and I doing his Trident. It was a whole lot of fun. Okay, so we need to get started on this. Hopefully we'll finish it. Oh, I've got this here. Just a little, I'm finally getting to the point of trying to print my large Gridfinity base on the Phoenix here. And this was a test print. It is PETG, it's a Sunlu PETG I got off Amazon because it was really inexpensive, and I just wanted something to try. I think I'm going too fast on this for the hot end, and I was testing fitment because I'm gonna put magnets in here so it sticks to the bottom of my little US General bin here, but it didn't stick in the corner here, so I didn't let this finish. This corner also happens to be where I peeled off the previous attempt that failed because there was a TMC driver error that turns out to be a bug in the TMC code in Clipper that affects this particular combination of parts. So that is, I've got friends who have come up with a fix for that, and I was printing this and it was fine, but I canceled it because of this corner. So yeah, the build, you remember the TMC short error on the Z steppers that was happening at Vice. Were you around when that was happening? Well, it was doing it again because I just got back to printing with it, and it turns out to be a error. Something's not set. There's an assumption that there's a one-time programmed value set in the CMC drivers by the board manufacturer, and they're not. So the ability to configure that needed to be added into the 5160.py file. And Frank and Andrew were helping with that and looking at that last night with me. And Frank came up with a quick little edit to the 5160 file to correct that. And so far, it seems to have worked. Let me put this away. Oh, we got a new comment on the last month's Charlie's Angels stream. What is this one? Hello. Yeah, it is good. So Frank will be, I think Frank's gonna submit some fixes to both Danger Clipper and Clipper to take care of that. Bearded Bucket, thanks for being a member for 2 years. Cloud42 did a video on Gridfinity and stacked the grids with multi-material. I saw that. I'll probably just print these individually. Thomas, thanks for being a member for 2.5 years. I am gonna have to pause a couple of times because sinuses, so give me a moment. Just at the point where I'm clearing things out. I feel fine. Last weekend, after stream last weekend, I felt horrible. Just drained. But now it's just clearing out the remaining. Okay, let's get on to this. We are finishing up the build, the 4x4 Rescuer. Let's get down here to the instructions and pull them up. At least I hope finishing up the build. We'll get as far as we can. Get the compressor attached to the sinuses. Is ASA glass fiber a better option for parts for the Trident or some other material? I mean, honestly, the best material, if you just want the most strength and most everything, just a pure ASA or ABS. Glass fiber, depending on the part, could potentially have less layer adhesion. I haven't found it to be a big deal, so just with good print settings, but anything ASA or ABS is going to be fine. Glass fiber, carbon fiber, I've printed quite a few things with those in them and it's been fine, but you're going to want to pay a little more attention to your print settings. I built the Rescuer and the Landy with my twin grandsons. Awesome. And you've also built the boat and the Rancher? Nice. Not a flake yet this season. Already passed the record of latest first flakes more than a week ago. And this is RC Pathetic Puma, and welcome. Welcome John and Silene and Pathetic Puma. Okay, we were quite a ways into this. So let me scroll down here. Yep, we got all the way to this is the front axle we got done. And we're basically going to build 2 front axles, because we're doing the four wheel steering on this. Hey, Obi-Wan. Hello there. I'm going to scroll through here a little bit just to confirm. Hardly any snow at the moment where I'm in Bath, New York, but up higher on the hill there's more snow. Okay, so we got all this, and if we keep going here. So rescue a rear axle choice. So standard steering mode is just a straight rear axle and steer in the front. With crawler steering mode, you need a transmitter with crawler mode or channel mix or a reverser servo cable. Got our first snow here yesterday afternoon. We don't get snow here. For crawler steering mode, proceed to next page 90. Okay, so we're gonna go rear axle, so we're gonna go up here to page 90. Okay, so install axles, crawler steering setup. So front, rear steering axle. So we're basically printing 2 of the front axle. So let's get in here and get these things on. No, you don't, but you do have gold. I did purchase the Lego tires. These are not in, as far as I know, these are not in production anymore. I found a Lego vendor online that looked reasonable. That they sell them used basically, and then you buy based on the grade that they consider, whether they're in good condition or used, well-used condition. So I bought the best condition they had, and they're perfectly fine. They're probably as good as they are coming out of a kit box. They're very, very similar to the printed ones, but they have a whole lot more grip. So these will these would be fine, and especially for something like this. Although if you want to really crawl and try to climb over things, this is going to be far better. So, hey there, GPs. They do have collars. Once Felix got out on Halloween night and hung out in our backyard for a few hours, we decided to throw air tags on them, at least for a while. Once they're fully grown, we might reevaluate that. So this build is far smaller compared to the Sakura. This is their mini series. So here's this. And here's the Sakura. Yeah, it is quite smaller. Want to know the scale? Yeah, they called this 8th scale. And it's basically, I think it's basically centered around size of the wheels. And they use 10th scale RC wheels because RC stuff is not anywhere close to realistic scales. Okay, so these guys are going to end up coming off. Let's go ahead and do that. Just do that. Okay. And then we will, they're the same way, so there's writing on both sides. How was my Thanksgiving? I did nothing, and it was wonderful. Did absolutely nothing, and it was wonderful. We didn't travel. We, after coming back from our big European trip, it was very nice to just chill. Just sat at home, worked on a few, nope, we didn't even make a turkey. We did not feel like doing anything. Proper chill. Absolutely. Okay, I think that's all seated. A little slimmer looking than but it might be the sheen on it too. Also, you're going to be doing some international travel next year. Fun. I have at least one international trip planned next year. If all goes well. I am not gluing these in place. I don't think it's going to be necessary for work, unfortunately. This is all PLA on this build. It was all PLA, or mostly PLA on the Sakura as well. And the Reaper I'm printing is PLA, and the 22B I'm gonna build is gonna be PLA. The 22B is gonna be High 5 Blue from Protopasta. There we go. The Reaper is Bob Karn's special Blood of My Enemies red with black glitter. It's a pretty awesome color. Do we know where this trip is next year? I do. I'm waiting for some final, like, make sure things don't fall through before I talk too much about it. It's gonna be a big trip though. And heading over, of course, to Manchester in 4 days. Go to work for 2 days and then I fly out on Wednesday. Okay, let's get some parts out for this axle. Do you need any shots for it? I have no idea. I have no idea. Okay, we have bearings, the other wheels there. These, is that this part? No, that's not that part. We have some stuff to clean up probably. Brims. I'm looking forward to seeing how Smurf has changed from last year. Me too. Me too. I'm looking forward to Smurf very much so. I wore my Smurf themed shirt, sort of. The closest Smurf themed shirt that I have that fits. Part there. Ah. Okay, so that's one of these parts. That's that one right there. Brent, thanks for being a member for 4 months. There, and probably got to be one more of those. I hope I'm not missing any parts here. This and this and this. Well, let's keep looking. We've got some axles. Must be these guys. And then a little support in there I want to pop out. So I think this is just a matter of pop that out of there. There. Let's grab this one just for get the edge of that brim off. Yeah, I'm usually the deep fry a turkey guy too. I bought just the butterball or whatever it is fryer on a post turkey Black Friday sale at Lowe's about 6 or 7 years ago. It fits up to a 14-pound turkey and has been great. Works really well. Do it out on the back. Use peanut oil, keep an eye on it. It's relatively safe, no open flame. Turns out really good. It's not a very big fryer too. I mean, a 14-pound turkey isn't all that great, all that large either. Oh, well, that's one of them. That must be the other side, okay. Ew. Got some uglies there, but I think it'll be fine. Okay, let's see. So we've got 2 of those. So let's get some that and that. Did better than me. I had Stouffer's microwave. Oh, this year we did less than that, Apollo. We did nothing this year. April made some garlic potatoes. But we didn't have like turkey to go with it. We just had some garlic potatoes. Oh, and we had some desserts, some little apple fritter things with ice cream and tiramisu. Not even pumpkin pie. Although the other day, Bill, April made creamies for me and Xander with eggnog, and that was delicious. Eggnog creamies. Okay, there's that, and this one doesn't really need it. Those 2 are good. This is, oh, this is different. Is this the same part? Yeah, I don't want this one. I want this one. This is probably the fixed axle one, I think, because I've got a mixture of fixed axle and steering axle parts in here. So, curious to know if a planetary gearbox is better than the pulleys for Z drive on a V2. Do you think you get backlash? I don't think you get any backlash. It's working really well on my V2, the GPs, and one of the really nice things is it does not sag. So your QGLs after being powered off for a while are fairly quick. I've been drinking Soylent a lot as meal replacements, not Soylent Green, right? Okay, so this guy is going. Okay. We're gonna have to take that zip tie off, I think. There's a tab in there that goes in like that. One flavor comes in a green container. This one, does it go on here? Oh, that's the other way. Okay, it goes that way because there's a little tab here, and there's a spot for it on this side. There's not a tab here and not a spot for it on this side. So that goes like that. And then we need in 3x12s. Oh. One, two, and three. Hey, Iconic Fab, welcome. What is member streams? Not sure how many are viewers. Current viewers, we have 53 current viewers, but YouTube in general doesn't refresh, live refresh for viewers, the currently watching count. If you refresh, it should come up. Even the non-member streams do the same thing. They don't refresh. It's been a long-standing issue. 53, but only 27 likes. I show 27. It's blanked out on member streams? Really? Interesting. I wonder if that's a setting. Well, let me see. That might be a setting that I've got in my member stream template too. Customization. Members, live chat, redirect, details. Alter, describe your content, automatic chamber, stream language. Hey, Andrew. Show comments, sort by, show how many viewers like this stream. That's on. What's that newest? I don't know what that is. Let's try that. Can't see it here. Yeah, I didn't see any options there scrolling through that would impact that. So it must be just a member stream thing. I am showing 52, 31 likes. Don't knock it. Thanks for being a member for 26 months. YouTube is so weird. It is. Apollo, thanks for being a member for 19 months. Okay, so that's in there. These, I'm going to cut that zip tie at some point. I'm going to need to. And then we have steering pieces. And 2 of these. Is that, yep, that's the two pieces. Bit of oh, and this one. Hey there, GPs, what's your plans for Smurf? Just hang out. I'm arriving on Thursday. I think around noonish. We'll be there for setup on Friday. I'm really hoping that the booth supplies that I ship there, that the booth supplies make it. They are sitting in customs right now because the pirate ship has ridiculously limited customs form options, and I chose what I thought was most appropriate, and they need a ton more information. So we provided it. Now I'm just hoping that it makes it through in time. Haven't heard. I shipped it before I left for Prague and Form Next, so tons of time. Okay. Yeah, they're nice and chill. This works out perfect because members are now 12,900-ish. I know we're almost we're like, you're thinking subscribers. Subscribers, we are at 12,989. So very close to 13,000. You staying at the Voron booth or just walking around? Well, I always walk around. I'll be at the Voron booth quite a bit, but the Voron community is very large and has a ridiculous number of awesome community and contributors. So one of the nice things about it is that we never are short on folks to be around the booth. So that is a very nice thing for someone who likes to just wander and check things out. So, okay. I think I caught everything there. One that way, two that way, and the bearings. Now we've got this thing, which has got to be of this. It's got to be this. Yeah. So, is that correct? Yeah, that goes there. And, oh, there's no, oh, that's the solid axle version. There's no, so here's the difference. This is a, I think this is, yeah, this is the steering axle version. See the, in whatever direction that goes. Let me see. See, this is the other side. We've got a couple of sides here. So these are all solid axle. These are the steering. That's a solid axle. There's the steering axle. So these have the indents for the pegs here in the steering knuckles. You traveling by yourself or coming over with someone from the 3D print community? So for the first legs of my trip, I'm on my own, but I am meeting up with another of the Voron folks, Taco, in New York, and we're on the same flight from New York to Manchester. So that'll be really nice. Ew, that is horrid. Oh no. I did not notice that. That lifted. Okay. Did any of these others lift? No. Let's reprint this. I don't think it'll take very long. Let me grab, oh crap. Do I have any more filament? Let me get this thing unloading the current filament. I did not notice that. I'm gonna throw it at the Mark IV over here. One little part here. This is not gonna take very long. That's just not, the problem is it's curled up right where it indexes into here, which means that that's not going to sit there correctly. Yeah. Let me put you in the hands of Dancing Max. Let me see if I have a bit of Galaxy Black in the other garage. Just looking. Let's see what I have in here just to make sure it's not over here. Yeah, let me go grab whatever I have. I'll be right back. There we are. Just PLA. Time to make some more coffee. There you go. There we go. Get this loaded. I have Jesse's Soul Black glitter in here. I was printing frame parts for the Reaper on it last night. Oh. PLA. Thanks for making my brain realize I should toss some equal packets in my D kit. Hey Rick, welcome. Not Reaper toolhead, Reaper RC car. The 3D Sets Reaper is the, go, that is purged enough. And let's get that. Let's find which part this is. So pull up the, see, I was printing Reaper frame parts, which turned out really good. Oh, diabetes, I got it. Got it. Okay, let's see. Let's trash that. Let's figure out what part this is. Let's add, this is at the, oops, 3D Sets, mini 4x4, spare parts, axle front. They just announced that the Reaper toolhead was no longer deving? No longer, what do you mean no longer deving? Is in there, it's not in beta or whatever, it's released, or are they abandoning it? I checked out the Reaper in detail at 3D Printopia, and I was really impressed with some of the, they're abandoning it, that's a bummer. I was really impressed with some of the assembly and modeling techniques they used, as far as having stuff, key together and index together. Okay, axle, so this is axle, front, bottom, what is that? What is a front, bottom? Okay, so it's one of these. So it's front, bottom, and it's front, top. We're gonna need front, top, left or right. One of these two. Yeah, so let's bump that on its bottom and compare. So this is the one that we want right here. This is the one we want right here. Seems to be group bathing time. Why aren't you participating? Apparently. Hey Shannon, welcome. Okay, so I'm just gonna print the one. This will be fine. It'll be quickest to just print the one. Prusament, all that stuff. Slice it. 20 minutes. Send to connect. Select the printer and confirm. Now you have a 9mm belt trident. You think it's a good standard going forward? My 9mm belt trident is a 250 build. I don't know that there's a significant difference between the 6mm and that. But honestly, I haven't printed much on it because I don't have a spot for it yet. It's supposed to go on the stand that's right here. And I just haven't done that yet. I think my plans for the stand have slightly changed too. Because I think I was gonna put the enclosed Mark IV over here on top. I think a Core 1 is gonna go on top, a V0 on the middle, or maybe the Core 1 on the bottom, one or the other, and the Trident is gonna go over here too. The prints are great, yeah. I just need to put it somewhere. And it's planned to go here. I just haven't taken the time to finish this stand. I could clean up my bench over here and probably make sure I have a spot that I could use it, at least so it's usable in here. That's probably a good idea. Maybe after stream I'll get that set up. Let's Let's see what this is saying. So I can buy an XL. Yeah, so it's getting started. So we can do the other side though. So that is, so let's do the other side. Rear axle. So was this the one that I needed to get set up right now though? Let's see. These are the parts. So that's one side. And this would have been the other side. This is the side that will work. I have a spot. Okay, so the one that we are putting together right now is the side that I have good parts for. So let's grab this and that. All right, let's get a little closer so you don't have to see the edge of my belly. Your wife might disagree. So then this has a weird little angle it in. Put this in there, which you don't really have the right number of fingers to do this well. Oh, come on. There we go. There we go. I'm resigned to the fact that the rat rig is going to live on my dining room table forever. So if I build a rat rig, it's going to be a 300. I already have my big printer. It's the only big printer I need. Okay, so that's that side. Oh, speaking of gorgeous prints, I got my Legacy printing again last night. The Mellow V1 toolhead board that I had repaired after I popped them. Remember, they blew up on the Tridex. Derek Sorello, gave me Mellow Toolhead Board Pro, and I wanted to keep with the Mellow because I don't have to redo all the other stuff on it. Gave me a Pro at OpenSauce earlier this year, and I got it installed, but I had never flashed it and got it working. So I finally, because I want to do some trinket prints, I got it printing last night, and holy moly, did this, let's see if we can get this thing to actually focus. Focus? Focus, damn it. Focus, damn it. There we are. Ah, come on. Why are you? Okay, let's go here. Print quality is really, really good. Let's get that there. Horrible light angle, but looking at this thing in person, this is on the Legacy. There we go. I should be back. Yep, I'm back. I made the mistake of not actually charging my mics. And yes, I have 2 of them. Apollo, we're good. I have 2. I made the mistake of not charging them, and that was the remainder of charge from my backup, my backup one. Yeah. You somehow ended up with 3. Well, I have these, and then I have 3 DJI mics because I bought the Osmo 3 Creator pack, which has 1, but I wanted 2. So then I bought the little 2-pack with the charging station of the mics. So, but these Rode mics have better battery life than the DJIs. So I continue to use them here because they work well and there's no reason to change them. I have the other ones for my mobile setup. So, what was I saying? What was someone else saying right before? Oh, Legacy. Legacy, coolest Voron. What's the history on the Legacy first Voron design? So the Legacy was made about 3 years ago, 3 or 4 years ago, as a callback to the early Voron designs. So my Legacy is serial number 1. So Max's being serial 0. I built mine before I was streaming as a dev printer, and it's been rebuilt once. I've shown it a couple of times on streams, but it's in a really good spot right now. So, will they operate while charging? You could drop a small battery pack in your back. They will. Not if you have them hooked up to a charger that's on the computer, we found out. If you do that, then you get a lot of audio quality issues. But you're right, I could throw a pack in my pocket, I think. Okay, we've got this. Let's go back to this. This is the other side. And then we're gonna have a couple of these pieces. Now, yeah, that's gotta be these. So it's a throwback rather than an old printer. Correct. Correct. It's a modern, well, 4 years ago, modern take on the original design. Project isn't dead, full announcement. Oh. Reaper toolhead isn't abandoned. The lead dev had some life issues happening and was away for a bit while sorting out things. Okay. Well, that's good to hear. I have fans from West 3D. They're cool Reaper fans that are slated for building a Reaper toolhead at some point. Where is my other axle? There it is. So then we want a little bit of grease in these. So where is my... There it is. And then I'm just going to grab a little bit of grease out of here. Oops. Just get it into the pockets in here. That'll be good. There we go. Linear rods are the new hotness. Well, the Core 1 uses linear rods, right? Okay, these two things pop together. Work this through. Full announcement on their Discord. I don't know that I'm on their Discord. There's so many Discords. That works nice and smooth. Okay, so we have, yep, this is the first one. That goes through there. And we're gonna put these on the thing. Waiting for that print at that point. So it's gonna go through there. And then this goes. Ew, it's a little ugly in there. Wow. Focus. Why is this thing not wanting to focus lately? Nice flat surface. Here we go. Come on. There we go. Core 1 is definitely on my radar down. I like it too. I'm really anxious to use it, to see it in practice. The most intriguing thing to me about the Core 1 is the upgrade path, and that you can upgrade a Mark IV to it. And it makes sense once you actually look at the printer and see how it's constructed and what parts are there. Like, the only thing that you don't use from a Mark IV is the frame, the bed carriage, and 2 linear rods. I mean, aside from miscellaneous bearings and fasteners and stuff like that. But of the main components, you don't use the frame, the bed carriage, and 2 rods. Everything else you use. I would imagine that the Y rods on the Core 1 are the same as the X or Y rods. You're wrong. That's not correct. The Y rods on the Core 1 are the Z rods on the Mark IV because they're 10 millimeters. And it's more important to have the beefier rods on the Y-axis than on the Z-axis for the Core 1. Because the Z-axis is just constraining there's no horizontal forces on it. It uses 2 of the, I don't know if they're the Y or the X rods for the Z. And then the rear center lead screw on the Core 1 is unsupported, which is interesting to me because I've tried that before. Tried it on my Hevo and didn't test it to see how well it worked. And then I tried it on the early dev and Trident. And that was before I'd made some other changes to the Z assembly, but I got Z artifacting. I don't know that I would with the GE5C bearings, because I think that was before we did the GE5C bearings on that. Okay, so this is gonna go here, this here, and now this will fit in there. There is this piece that's gonna go on there. Doesn't look like I need to clean that up. Hey, Digital Matrix. On your PZ probe stream from a couple months ago, I saw you had a 3D print that you put on the back of the Vitality X carriage to hold the board. Where can I find that file to print? You can, did I put that in the files and stuff on my Discord? Because I'm not happy with it. I'm not happy with it at all. I wanted to remodel it and I started, but I didn't finish. It doesn't look like I put it there. I can put it out there. I just don't like it. The real reason for your linear rods is because that's what was used in the OG Voron printer Legacy, what V1 would have been with the model electronic. Yeah, exactly. How is this thing doing? It's all sticking down at least. It is about 4 minutes away. Which we're kind of stuck until that's done. That's correct. We can, no we can't. It's there. This is gonna go, oh yeah, this goes in there. That way or that way? Yeah, it's that way. There, it goes on there like that. In 3x6 that goes in there. I think that kind of locks that in place. So I think we can put that in. What is that? What is that? Hold on just a second. Oh, cool. I got cool package. Keep an eye out for it for now. VHB will have to do. Oh. Okay, so this is going to go in here, and I think I can put that. That just locks that in place. Yeah. Okay, loosen that a little bit, just to make sure it doesn't get in the way of putting the other one in. Hey, John, welcome. I have a fun bamboo store. I ordered the P1P to P1S upgrade, and their fulfillment provider sent one of the components instead of the whole kit. Oh, well, that's fun. Have I lost my voice? No? Why? Do I sound different? I was probably muttering. Almost done. I was probably muttering. I have a bad habit of muttering. It's one of those weird words, muttering. Say that over and over. See how weird it gets. Slowly receiving all my parts to build a Doom Cube-ish frame. Nice. I have the vertical, the Doom extrusions, the LDO extrusions for a 250, for a 2.4. I don't know if I'm ever going to use them. I had the flu, getting better now. Good job giving. I'm flying to Germany on Monday. Have fun, John. Have fun. You get a direct flight or... Here, let's put this thing together. So we got a wheel here. While we're waiting for that to print, we'll get the other wheels together. Or just direct to Munich. Ooh, that's an expensive flight, John. Brain automatically repeats words constantly. I think that's why I come up with dumb dad jokes. Okay, there's one more. And then the other one, it's over here. San Jose next month, first class. Ooh. One day I'd like to fly first class. I cannot bring myself to pay for that ticket though. Holy moly, I was looking at those when I was booking flights for these trips, and it's like, okay, so those are done. And the print just finished. I always get the Economy Plus ticket, or at least with Delta. That's who I've been flying with lately. So the Economy Plus, so slightly more legroom, the free check bag or whatever. Or find first class worth the money. Yeah, it's not worth the money. It's not. But I'd still like to do it one day. Perfect. I don't know what happened to that last one, but that is way better. It's flat. In June, I flew American first class. I did a bid on upgrades. Hey, Wally, welcome. I have to fly across the pond. I try to bid to upgrade. Typically get an $8,000 first class ticket for nice. What is SAS? What's SAS? Much better. Oh, it went in my little bin and bounced out. My husband and I used to chase points to book flights with Delta. He saves up enough points to use for first class when he goes to China. Nice. Oh, Scandinavian Air. I see. Okay, so that snaps there. That's interesting. It lines up there, but there's a step there. Is that on this one? It is not. There's no step there on that one. That is very interesting. Did they do a revision on that part? I bet you they did a revision on that part since I printed these. That's different. That's the original one. Interesting. Those fit. Those line up. Is it the correct? Yeah, that's the correct part. Okay, well, I'm gonna go with it because I don't want to wait another 20 minutes to print the thing. So this goes there, which means this goes like this. And I bought my mom first class too from London for her 90th birthday. She'd never been out of the country. Well, that's super nice. There we go. That goes in there. And this is gonna go right on there like that. Oh. Now we can tighten these up. Okay, we're back in business. Those two, that's on. And then we have the lower cover. These all the same. And then this piece. That. Oh, we need to pop a thing in there. Why is that not listed? It's got to go down from the top. Okay. Where? Got our little printed piece here, and we'll get our pliers. Go. Amazed by the travel tubers that fly in those 30,000 private suites on airlines. Okay, so that goes there. This goes in here. That. But I think this. Okay. So what did we do on the other one? Yeah, we had to get rid of the zip tie. Remember that. And then this guy. This guy goes, so this with this. Something like that. And then we have some hex nuts that go in here. Oh, and there's some cleanup up here. Cleanup of those. Here. And those are M3 by 16. This guy. Yep. And the two. I could not. I'm not comfortable on a plane. I have a really hard time being comfortable flying. I got some advice from a physical therapist that I'm seeing for my shoulder, and they said a lumbar pillow, and I used that on this last trip, and it helped tremendously, but not 100%. So I can't imagine being on a plane that often. The how do you say that? I have no idea how to say that. Is that basically your tailbone? And that's where I hurt. I may need to look at a specific pillow for that. It's the rotating my hips is what they said. And that's what the lumbar pillow helps do, is rotate your hips. So you're sitting on your seat bones instead of your tailbone. Okay, so that is those. I'm hoping those going out the top is correct. Flying is not the issue, but the seats and the lack of space. Yeah. Broke mine at age 10. Maybe here, let me while that's still here on chat, let me bring up my COCCYXZ pillow. Maybe I might have to pick up one of these. Okay. Let's see. I might have to try this. Find something a little low profile. These can be expensive. Sounds like 60 bucks. Hey, David. The gel ones are really nice. I see that. There's one, $36. Cyber Monday deal. Okay, I'm gonna pick one of those up. Look for one that's delivery on Monday or Tuesday. My tailbone is worth it, 100%. I do not want to make my tailbone angry. Sacrum is the middle bone, and the little part that used to be the tail is the... I see. Okay, then we have a servo we need to get on here. Ooh, ouch. What servo did I use here? I used one of those. Okay. One of these. A whole pack of these. Did I use a metal? I don't think so. No, it's not metal. Although a metal one might not be a bad idea. And since I have them here, this is the Reaper parts. I think that's going to turn out awesome. It's just kind of my RC box. Drop the MK4S price by $100. Is that a Black Friday deal or is that a normal price drop? Permanently, nice. Well, with the core one, they kind of gotta. Okay, so that's there. And it uses the existing screws. Screws provided. This is going to be. Have you seen Tim's Wally build? I've hopped in the stream for little bits at a time, but not for a significant amount of time. So what happens? Tim streams after I do on Sundays, and generally when I'm done with the stream, I turn off. I'll sometimes hop in for a few minutes of the thing, but I turn off for a little bit. Go. And then we'll have to put, now we're going to need to center these servos, I think, but this is just getting things together. Oops. Okay. Set aside for a moment. We have this big part, which is this steering arm. It is this guy. Oh, that does not look. They changed that. It looks like, what did I use over here? Ooh, well, that's interesting. That's different. That is different. Do I have other different things in here? No? So that must be what I used. Okay. This piece looks different from that piece. But I think it'll be okay. I don't know which is more. Let's see which is up to date. Let's go back here and axle front, steering servo arm, servo rod. Ah, so that's the current one. Okay, that is different. Let's print. I wonder if I should print that, or if I should go with this one. I wonder why they changed it. I think I'm going to leave what I got and see what happens. Hey, Clown Hammer. Okay, so that's threads on there, an M3x10. This guy goes in there. So what happens is this guy goes on here and then through here. This guy goes in here and then threads into the bottom one here, and I think it clamps that to the and that leaves that, but it clamps that. It just pushes into the servo arm there. There we go. What could possibly go wrong? It'll be perfect. It'll work just fine. I like that design better, but they changed it for a reason. So maybe it goes down and rubs on the steering arm on this guy that goes in between here. Maybe when that goes on, it rubs, and it looks like it might, but we'll find out. I don't want to wait for a print. Keep some clearance under the screw to allow rod movement, and it does move in both axes. And then M3x16s to go in there. So let's go here. Don't tighten that because these things still have to move. Something like that. And this goes across and threads into here. 16 on one side, a 12 on the other. That makes sense. Yeah, that does rub right there. That's why. Oh, hey. No, that can stay right there. Thank you. Yeah, that's why they redesigned that. It's because when this turns, that is pressing down on this crossbar. Fine. I don't think it won't take long to print. Let's throw it at the printer. Let's throw it at the printer. I already have it on here. Is there anything else I need to print while I'm here? Let's grab the... Is that the one? No. The ball joint, damping ring, motor cover, servo rod, steering arm. Oh, that's different versions of that. Where's the steering bar? There we go. Oh, they redesigned that too. Well, fun. Okay, let's print those two. Slice them. Send them to connect. Another 20-minute print. Select and confirm. They did redesign that, so let's go for it. Just get to that. Go. Okay. Where did Oscar go? Oscar. See you, John. Have fun. Okay. What is next? Yeah, that did change, and it changed for the... Oh, I have the updated parts on the front. Okay, well, that makes sense. That makes sense. I don't have... Yeah. Okay. So what's next? We can put the springs on. Springs. Are these all the same? No. But I think it's because these are different from these. It's the end there. But these are the ones I want. And those go in. And those go on with M3 by 10s. It's the ball driver. There we go. Go. Okay. Did those? Yeah, those are okay. What's next after that? Install the axles. So that would go in there. I have TPU versions. And we can start on the electronics. Let's get into the electronics. So, removing supports on these things. That is the nice thing about these models is modeled in supports are generally very good. Huh, is that the pieces that I want? I guess, oh, are those? Oh yeah, those were hard to see as supports, but that's a support too. Turnout was so good. They do such a good job with that. Oop. So satisfying. Okay. Electronics normal mode, standard steering mode, crawler steering mode. So we need to turn this thing on its back. Start looking at where things go. Is there a... Except when they're on the bottom, you forget to turn the brim off. Well, yeah. Done with coffee, done with coffee. On to hydration. So this is speed control I have, which is no longer the one. When I purchased this, this was the speed controller on their list. So hopefully it still fits. It doesn't quite fit that way. I wonder if it'll fit this way with some yeah, that fits pretty good right there. Some VHB tape. There is a switch, and how does that go in? Oops, let's go here. So we have receiver, that's gonna go there. It's all really tight in there. Speed control and the speed control switch, and then there's a switch cover. What's the switch cover? There it is. That's the switch cover. Now, how does that go? Does that kind of hold this in there? This guy goes in here. Does that hold the thing in place? Let's see. So this has got to go in here. How does this all go together? I don't quite get it. I think this is made, I think the problem is things are made of a combination of different parts that they've recommended. Because I think you're supposed to reach in here and turn this thing on and off from the top, because all this gets sealed up. This little cover goes in here and seals everything up. But how does this switch go in? I think that goes, doesn't go like that. A lot of detail here. Switch holder. Yeah, see this, this indicates this is a much bigger switch. The one that comes with, if we go back here and go to the, builds. One thing they need to put here, so they have the build guide. On some of the other models, I think they have a non-printed parts guide. I'm going to open up the build guide again, because in the early pages here is the non-printed parts guide or parts list. Click for non-printed RC parts. They need to have that in the main page, not only in the instructions. Okay, let's see. What are they recommending and see if it makes sense for the parts they're including here. If we go to the speed controller, they are recommending the quick run WP1060, which is a very different, let's go here. Yeah. Oh, that's even different. That doesn't even link to a Hobbywing controller. But it is a very different switch on there. Let's do this. Let's do something else. Let's look at, because I think I have early. Let's throw that away. Open up. I think I have an early here. 4x4 1.01. Let's see what the, let's try body. Switch holder. No, that's the same part. It's the same part. And all these parts I printed are the old parts, so we just have to figure out how to make this work, I guess. Gotta figure out how to make this stay in place here so we can actually turn it on and off. There's not enough room for screws there. Hey, Queasy Diver. Okay, here's what I'm going to do. This might be a real fun pain in the neck to do, but I think I'm gonna drill, I'm gonna mark for this, and I think I'm gonna drill two 2mm holes and use some little 2mm fasteners with nuts to hold that in place. I think that will be adequate. Hot glue would be fine. Hot glue would be fine. However, I don't have a hot glue gun handy. I need to hold that in place better. There we go. So I think I'm going to hold this somewhat centered in there. Maybe grab something like, grab this. That's got a pointy. So, mark there. That is really tough to get in there. Why don't I just plain grab my drill, do it? Where is my little pin vise? Pin vise, where are you? Where is that? It's supposed to be up here. It is not. Pin vise is not in here. Next one? No. There it is. Okay. The problem is self-tap screws. I have to drill it from this side. I have to make holes from this side, but I need to screw in from, ooh. You're right. From there. Ooh. There we go. I can get to it. I have a hatch. Let's do that. So let's drill a very small hole, and then I'm going to use some self-tappers. No, it won't go that way. It won't go that way because I have to secure it from the bottom. So self-tappers from the top aren't going to help. So never mind. I have to do it from this side. So where is small drill bit? What size is this? That's 2.4. That's bigger than I want to use. Ugh. I want right at 2 millimeters. Welcome back, Oscar. Oscar, come on. Come on. Give Felix a little. Okay. I have got a drill bit. Let's hope I can get in here. Now we're going to set this here. Hold it in place right there. There's one hole. Straightened out there. There's hole number 2. Go. Okay, 2 holes there. That turned out pretty nice and even for freehanding it. Felix has a mattress. Okay, so that is there. Let's plan out the rest of this. That's going to the receiver. That's just going to go and double-sided tape to the bottom there. So that'll be fine. We don't even need this switch cover at this point because we're not going to actually, it's not going to be holding it in place. So that's on. I don't know which is on and off. It doesn't actually say. Two. Well, let's get this prepped for sticking in there, and I'll just have to do all the work right here. That off. That. Hey guys. A lot more to this than I kind of expected for the rest of this build. A little bit of VHB. Okay, so a little more thought here. So we've got battery is this plug and motors is this plug. So and then switch and receiver. So before we actually stick this in, let's figure out how we're gonna actually wire this. Let me grab a receiver. My Radio Master receivers. Oh, yeah, that print just finished. I don't know what that's for. Okay. So this, and then we have two steering servos. So what can we do here? We've got channel 1, channel 2, channel 3. Put this guy. Oops. In like this. So speed control in channel 1. Steering servo. Channel 2. And then the other steering servo and the other channel. Use TPU like hot glue. Haven't tried it though. Well, that'd be interesting. And receivers are the size of that ESC. Oh yeah. This little Radio Master receiver is really nice too. I think this wire in here is to be an antenna. It plugs into the little spot there. But I think I want to see if we can get this thing all powered on. So this is a motor. This is a motor. So I want to do a little test run here and see what happens. Battery goes in here. So now the problem is I have battery. This is their recommended battery. I don't know that I have a 9-volt battery connector anywhere. Do these by chance, just for testing. just fiddling around. What am I gonna do? I didn't realize I was going to need a 9-volt battery connector for this. Anything in my bag here? Box. Any thoughts? Any thoughts? I do have this. I wonder if this is the correct. Let's see what this looks like. This, I think I actually bought this for the, oh, this is brushless. Never mind. That's a brushless speed controller. This is for the Skippy. I bought this for the Skippy, for the boat. But that won't work because it's brushless. Well, those are solderable. If I can solder to that. I might try that. What do you think? You think I'll be successful soldering to that? Let's get a fatter tip on here. And then I need wires. It's a weird connector. Let's switch that to a microfit. Yeah, don't get it too hot. Yep. That's why I went to a bigger tip so I can don't have to set it on there as long to get heat into it. I want to switch these to a different connector. For the current draw, I think a microfit is going to be fine. And it'll be a nice locking and polarized connector. I will probably do the same, make a little harness, might even make a JST, one of those little JST splitters for the motor side. But for this side, I don't have that connector, so, and it did not come in the packaging for this guy. Bush electric governor. This is for this little speed control. Wiring diagram. Oh, it says go into channel 2. Is that normally channel 2, normally the speed control, channel 1 steering? I can switch that. Switch and that. Okay. Switch this. Okay, that. Let's switch out let's go microfits. I think that'll be a reasonable enough small connector for in here. And I need some wire. Any in my miscellaneous wire box. What I have here. Let me try the other wire box. Other wire. Let's see. this will work. Some spools of this stuff. Okay. Oh. What time is it? 12 o'clock. 2 hours in. We're doing good. This will be battery and receiver. So I think battery here, that side. Is that correct? Yeah. So we will go these. I don't know how long this needs to be, but that much. Okay. Then let's scrape a little side on here. We'll try that. Actually, I want to do this other side. I want to go to the inside of this. I have 2 of these connectors. I will probably swap this all out for a 9-volt battery connector later, but I want to get things tested here. Good. Okay. Perfect. Oh, it flowed right on there just fine. So then I think I'm gonna go like this. I'll hold this thing a little more steady. There we go. I do have some liquid flux, but it appears that this is all flowing just fine. I scraped the plating off. If you notice, I scraped it off with, yeah, that's a, I scraped the plating off with the X-Acto knife. And those are good joints. Okay, do I have any tape handy? I'd like to put a piece of tape over that stuff. Okay. So let's go back. This guy gets replaced. How do these go in? I think I'm just going to cut that. But I'm curious how they... What do I have? Ooh, I wonder. No, that won't work. I don't think this will work. Nope. Almost long enough to get in there. Not quite. Got a little tab in there, but joink. Never going to use that connector. Yeah. What gauge are these? This is 22 gauge is what it comes with. Okay, that goes there. This is gonna go there. That means that gets set like that. And crimp this on right like that. Goes there. So we go here. Yep. And there. Oops. Go. Okay, so that should plug in right there and give us power. At this point, where's my radio? It's over here. Ta-da! What else do I have in here? Curious what accessories. No. Nope. How are we doing? How are we doing? We have, yeah, we're up to 61 people and 52 likes. It's a great ratio. Okay, I need batteries. I need batteries, and I need to know how to pair this receiver. What is the pairing process? Got a boot button. I have to look up the documentation for pairing this thing. Let's see if we can do that real quick. What is this? This is an ER3C-I. Radio Master ER3C-I pair. No, I don't want that. Wait, features, specs. Size. Associated products. The user manual. Here we are. Well, we have 60 people here and 58 likes. Now that means that there's probably more than 2 people that are currently watching that haven't liked. Oh, and we have gotten a new member during this stream. Well, receivers. I don't know that it really matters specifically. Let's just look at this one for just pairing. Binding. Power off your transmitter, plug in and unplug your receiver 3. Oh, I don't know if that's the same. They don't have a manual here for the ER3C-I. ER5C, is that going to be the same? Okay, let me go grab some batteries. I'll be right back. Okay, I got batteries. Okay, so let's unplug this. Let's get these guys in here. Did you get stats on what people watch before and after your streams? My tech fund showed some funny examples. Oh, I'm not exactly sure. I know where to see that stuff. But I don't know. Don't know that I've paid attention to it. Here, let's get random metal wires out of the general vicinity of those open contacts on that battery. Let's get this stuff out of the way. This stuff. Okay. This is saying traditional binding, power off your transmitter and radio, plug in and unplug the receiver 3 times, and make sure the LED is doing a quick double blink, which indicates the receiver is in bind mode. Okay, well, let's see what happens when we plug this thing in. Are we ready? Let's zoom in for smoke. Zoom in for smoke shot. Okay, so that's plugged in, that's plugged in. Got that on. We've got polarity matching, positive, okay. Okay, so that's there. So now we should be able to turn this on. That was very anticlimactic. Turn that on. Unplug that. Make sure I've got my servos plugged in here properly. Signal. Oh, yeah. Those are backwards. How did I do that? I unplugged them and plugged them back in. So let's see if this makes a difference. I think these are reverse pole, or these won't be impacted if you plug them in backwards. I think they're fine. But I did plug those in the correct way the first time. I don't know how I messed that up the second time. There we are. See? So now it says we should get a quick double blink if we turn this, plug in and unplug your receiver 3 times. So I think off. There we are. There's the double blink. There's the double blink. Cool. Okay. Now, do I have batteries in this thing? Yes. Turn this on. And it's got a, oops. Okay. Apparently it's dead. I'm batting 1,000 today. Need more pixies. Okay, let's see what if these prints turned out okay. Yeah, they look pretty decent. Let's let that charge for a minute. Need to charge the smoke up. Well, I had just used, where did I run this thing? Oh, I ran it at Orange County Maker Faire. I ran it at Orange County Maker Faire. These turned out good. While we're sitting there waiting for that, let's swap these parts out. This is just a bounce around stream, isn't it? Ah. I'm just using the USB-C from my heat set press. I don't know, I feel like that's kind of funny. Check the pairing mode on the receiver too. Well, it's in, oh, it's not anymore. I'll have to, here, let's just go ahead and turn this off. Okay, so that one goes here. So this goes in here and threads into this. Yep. That one is not as thick as that one. Feels like I need to switch to a different screw for that. Was that a 10? Go for an 8. That still moves fine. That holds on there. So then this guy now goes on here. Longer screw. Across here, a shorter screw. Okay. That's updated now. Those can go over there. Don't want to grab that. Let's see if this will turn on now.
Welcome to HTX. Stop.
Cool. Okay. It's off. Okay. So let's turn this on and then on. One more time. There we are. Double blinks. Double blinks. Okay, now let's turn this on.
Stop.
Okay. That's not what I want. Return. Where's the bind menu? Okay, there. Nope. It's about. How do I get to the? No. Tools. SD card. Hardware. Okay, let's look this up. Oh, I'm out of bind mode again, so let's turn that off. Let's figure this out. Let's look at the instructions, user manuals for the radio, MT12, right? Let's see if it's in the quick start guide. Model selection. Oh, here's receiver. Depending on the package purchase, it has a 4-in-1 quad chip multi-protocol module, or here, let's go here. Let's go return. Go to here. Nope, that's not what I want. System. Nope. Model. Okay, so I'm gonna go car 2. Select the model. Oops, that's not what I want. And then there we are. Now where's the receiver? So, bind instructions. Turn off the transmitter, cycle power to the receiver 3 times. We'll flash twice. Turn on the transmitter, long press the sys button and choose the Express LRS LUA under the tools menu. Scroll down to bind and press enter. Okay. Let's turn this off then. Let's try this. So then we're looking for on, and then on. There we are. Let's turn this on.
Stop.
And then long press the sys button. Huh? Express LRS. And then choose the Express LRS Luau. Bind. Okay. Does that mean it's bound? Oh, apparently. Of course, I've got that plugged into, I've got that steering plugged into that. Let's see. Hey, woohoo. We've got some level of function. Okay, so I need to switch those. Switch speed control and steering. Cool. Okay, it's bound. We've got something. So let me turn this off now. And yeah. Telemetry lost. Let's try. Let's see what this looks like. Okay, turn this back on.
Telemetry
Recovered.
recovered.
Okay, now we're not quite, I think I might take that servo horn off and move it one spline over, and then I'll deal with, and our direction on the motor is reversed. Now I've got this plugged in correctly, so I think I'll do that in the radio as well. Reverse. And then steering is reversed as well, looks like. Okay, progress. So let's go ahead and turn this off and turn this off. Let that continue to charge over here. And this can unplug. Set this somewhere safe because I need to still fix that or insulate it. And we are going to shift this over. So we're going to put this on counterclockwise by a pin on here. So let's pull this off. We've got a couple of screws to undo. So one screw off. Counterclockwise by one spline. And then this screw. This all comes right out of there, right? Oh, come on. Don't want you to break. Okay, let's see what's going on here. These 3D printed springs are going to be fun. That one's been compressed. And I noticed that one's compressed because I didn't actually get it into the spot for the screw, so it sat here like this for a long time. Since the last stream, basically. Okay, so this needs to go counterclockwise, one spline on this. So let's pull this off. Oh, I've got that backwards. Okay, that's why that was weird. I'll fix it on this one. I've got those backwards. That's why it's weird on there. Okay, that off. That can go out of the way. So that comes off. Then my screwdriver here. So that there, this. Let's see if I can be very careful. Did I just put that back on exactly the same? I think I did. There we go. I think that's one screw, one spline. We'll plug it in here in a minute. That and this. Okay, so now let's just, we don't need to plug the motor in, but we're gonna I'm gonna grab all this. Let's put this out of the way. This goes into channel 1, this time in the correct spot. This goes into channel 2. that out of the way. These here. Let's go ahead and power this on. And plug this in. Okay, so just looking at that, it looks pretty good. It looks close enough to where on the radio I can do trims. Okay, so let's turn this off. And then this is what we're gonna do we're gonna fix this one. So we're gonna move this, because I had this in the steering arm in the wrong orientation. And I think this actually might change completely the other side, because it's the, oh, maybe, no, it should go this side. And that was the shorter screw that I put on there because I didn't know what I was doing. So this is gonna go like this instead. So let's go ahead and just plug this in and see where that servo centers. There we go. And on. There we go. Now the servo centered, and I think it's actually about the same spot as that one centered. So let's go ahead and plug it in. Or assemble it this way. And yeah, telemetry lost, I know. I think when you're dealing with RC stuff in general in the hobby, this is one of those areas that a lot of instructions kind of gloss over. Is dealing with centering the servo and that kind of stuff. It's one of those things that just kind of, you're left up to your own to, at least in my experience with like Team Associated and low C kits and stuff like that. Okay, that's much better. That is assembled correctly, that's plugged in. So now if we turn this on, and this should, yeah, there's lots of play in this thing, so it is kind of interesting. I feel like it needs to go over clockwise a spline to be even though. Yeah, I'm gonna go clockwise one spline. Even uses can on what? What are we talking about? Okay, go clockwise one. Okay. Okay, let's see how that looks. Things aren't the most precise steering setups in the world, but I think that'll work. Telemetry lost. Go to sleep. Okay, that means that with that together, let's put this back over here. I think with that together, we can put this back on the vehicle. So there's one. Let's take this. Now this comes around here. And I think we were going to try to, does this go underneath? I think so. I think this should go under. Let's try to coordinate these a little bit. Maybe that makes sense to put maybe a little zip tie right there to get those out of the way of steering and stuff. So let's try that. Cats are liquid. You guys are liquid cats. Just hanging over the edge. There we go. Little zip ties. One. I need a better zip tie organization method. If anybody has any ideas. Okay, let's do this and get this started. Marcel. Okay, so I think that goes there, that goes there. Let's give those enough. Let's see if that works. Keeps the wires out of the way, everything. We go right, just stay right there. Top here. Okay, let's see how that works out. And these go through this little hole in here. Up into here. This goes into the rubber isolator there. And then these go down. And have to go into the little spots. Oops. Well, that was inevitable. My mud flap that weren't on there very well to begin with decided to, but it didn't really. Okay, so that's gonna go there, and we're gonna throw that on there because it's in. One's in. Now we're gonna this one over. That one in. I think so. Yeet, the flap yeeted. Okay, those are both on there. And then this long screw goes in here. Okay, so now that it goes there, and that looks like it's probably fine. I might want to reprint that one spring that compressed, because those are all in there, but it's definitely sitting funky. Maybe it'll even out over time. It is PLA. Okay, mud flap and screwdriver. That's easy to replace later. That is the amount of wire I have. So let's see how that goes. Okay, the rear one. Go back to the build guide. Oop. What in the world? That's not what I want. What happened? Oh, there it is. Okay. Let's see what screws I'm supposed to use on the back here. M3 by 20 for the springs on the back. And then an M3 by 20 in there. Okay. So let's put this axle on here. We'll do the same. I think we'll do the same zip tie setup. Mr. Jada D. Welcome. Okay. So now, oh, I got this guy. What size screws were those? Those were in 3x16s with this and this. So that goes in there. That goes in that. That's a tighter fit than I remember the last one being. There we go. It goes in, it goes like that. And that is in 3x16. To Ziploc bags, I figure they're cousins. Zips. I have so many different zip ties. Ziploc bags probably isn't a terrible idea, but I'd like to be able to identify them and grab them a little quicker. Okay, so that does that. This goes in here. Oh, so that's a little thing needed to be cut out. Now it can go in there. It goes in there, and then these guys go in there somehow. How does that keep that from just sliding out the back? How does that? Oh, because the screw that goes down the middle there keeps that from sliding out the back. So let's put that in. That goes in here. Check out Gridfinity tool cases on printables with the ones Ella Fox made. Okay. Okay, so that goes there. And then these, they're sitting in the right spot. Nice. And 3x20s into the side to hold the springs in. Okay, there's one. Here. Is that it? Ah. It is. Needs too much torque. I tried. That's why I brought out the ES15, but it's not enough. Not enough torque for it. And my Hodo is in the other garage. I tried. Okay. Put a wheel on, huh? Might as well really make this thing look correct. What was the screw for the wheel? I'm scrolling through. We're way ahead to put the wheels on, but might as well. M3x16. Your Hodo died the other day. Well, that's a bummer. And one more. Okay. All done. Bouncy bounce. Okay. Now we've got wires and suspension. And let me get back up here. The instructions. So we had taken the supports out of there. Now we're working on, oops. It's back down. So wiring to things. And then that's standard steering mode, crawler steering. And what do we have here? Receiver, servo, motors. Rear motors must be connected in reverse. And that makes sense. So how do we want to do this? Should I make a little DuPont connector, or should I just do I wonder if I can do a little, make a little Y adapter with the JSTs. Can catch the tail end of a CA stream live. Hey, Troy. Nope, that's pH. Where's my pH? I feel like I should be able to take 3 of these guys and solder them in such a manner as I go from here into one of these, and then do an adapter, even something like that maybe. And I can label it front and rear or something. Yeah. So okay. We'll even do something like that. But that's going to be a bear to solder all that together, but it's possible. Printables cases on the stream chat, okay. Maybe I'll do that, and maybe I can do it like that. That should, all it's got to do is reverse them. So what if I let's see, if I flip these, plug this in like that, that should reverse them just fine. So let's try. Let's try something. Put those in like that. It's to the side. Let's bend this. Oh yeah, I think it'll work pretty well. I'm just bending these over to start. Bend these over. The only way we can get away with this is that these are very low current motors, these little brushed motors. So now if I take those and solder them together like that, then I can bring this in and solder it to those. Then I've got a little harness. And since I faced these to each other, that naturally reverses them. Do I have a cabinet? No, I need to figure something out. I have no idea. I'm going to try. There we go. These to be something like that. bending these to where they just touch each other. I do not need the big fat tip for this, so let's grab a smaller tip on the iron. Here I'm online. How are you? Welcome. Actually, let's go. There we go. I think that'll give I think this will give a better view anyway. Those are together. Then in these. There we go. This will have to put solder. Nope, not catching it. Let's try a little more solder on this. Also pulled that through. These things are really easy to overheat. Let's go in at an angle here. A little tighter. There we go. There we go. It is at an angle, but I think for simplicity of soldering, I think I'm going to leave it at an angle. Yeah. Oh yeah. Perfect. Let this cool down. I don't want to pull on this. Don't want to pull on it. Let's see what this looks like in here. Now I think I can actually just bend this. Yeah, that will be fine. Okay, now I gotta pop this off. So now JST. Okay, so 2 pins. So if I keep everything consistent with the way that I wire these connectors, then it will, so if I go here, this will automatically reverse the 2 motors. If I keep that consistent between on the way that these get wired. And that would also mean that I can just flip them if it's going in the wrong direction, or I can change it in the radio. Either way. So here's one. Off of there. That off of there. And then just gonna cut these there. Okay. Nah. Two. And staying consistent. Is right there. And right there. And I am going to twist these just to make it a little more clean inside the bay. So that's not 2 completely separate wires I have to deal with. Okay, I think I can manage this. I am going to pull these out of here just to make it easier to deal with. There. And one more. And I think it should be the last of the crimps and connections. I think it's just plugging everything in now. Twist this. And then, see if I can get this in here. Down into here. Is on the edge of oh no, I've got to know. Just have to pull it right. There we are. Okay. Now we can plug in these guys. There and there. There. And then it's front steering and rear steering. Okay, that is all wired. That's still funky. I don't like that. I may end up having to reprint that. Yeah, probably got enough power. Okay, let's power this thing on before we wrap that bottom part up. So I don't knock it off somewhere. Better view of the kitties. Okay. What are the chances these are going to go in the right direction? What do we think?
Welcome to HTX. Stop.
Okay. Let's power it on. Okay. Well, it's going opposite, but they are going in the same direction, which is good. Now this one turned because it's plugged into the other channel. I need to set up the mixing, I think, on the radio before the steering works properly. Right now I have the, I'm gonna reverse the servos because I want the front one to be plugged into the main steering. Right now it's steering the rear. So let's power this off and let's flip everything. So let's pull this and swap this. And that should get our steering correct. And then flip these two. And that should get everything. There we go. Okay. Powered on. Now we're going to correct steering and correct direction to travel. Awesome. Got to set up mixing, but I think what we're going to do now is button this up and then play with the radio. So I'm going to put this back over and continue charging. And plug this. Cool. Okay. move manually. Okay, so we need to plug in we gotta screw in the stupid switch. So let's do that. This goes in here, and then I'm just gonna use M2 screws and nuts somehow. Don't need very long screws. And I have nuts here. 2 screws. And go with these. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be fiddly. This is gonna be fiddly. Ah, well, that was not right. Huh. I might have screwed up the steering on that, but we'll find out. Okay, pop the hood open, or the top open. Get a screw in here. And is there a size for these? What size are these? These M2 nuts are 4 millimeters. 4 millimeters. Do I have a 3.54? So let's go here and here. And are these, go like that maybe? That goes there. That goes on there. That could have been a whole lot more fiddly than it was. Get that one in there. Do the other one. Very nice. It could have been a whole lot more fiddly than. There we go. I got a switch in there. Okay, now this all has to, let's unplug that one. And then plug this in, and then plug this in with my tape and scissors. There we go. Okay, now we got to get all this tucked down in there. So I think with it just all plugged in, I'm just gonna get this over here and fix it, and then stuff that in there and fix it, and hope the wires tuck out of the way. I meant to post a picture, but Dana has been printing with the V0 we built. Working very well. The prints are turning out pretty good. He has some ASA prints or ABS prints that he was showing me. There we go. Receiver in there, tucked out of the way. I'll put some pictures in Discord later. Just some sample prints that he'd done, test prints and stuff. But I was very pleased that it's all working. He made the mistake of hitting the update button, and he got through all of that just fine. There we go. Now, where does the battery, I think this, here, see how this all gets buttoned up. Oh, I must have hit a button and went to the end. So we have this setup, and then this goes on, but where does it just peek out the end? Okay. We got this guy, and it's got some bridged holes to take care of. Okay, so this goes in here, which means I should have had this a little longer, because that's probably going to have to just kind of poke out one of these ends. Yeah. Under, make sure everything is under. Yeah, I think it'll be okay, but it would have been better if things had been. There we go. It looks perfect. It's perfectly clean. And 3x6s. There is no rat's nest underneath there at all. No rat's nest guarantee. Ooh, that is not a direct shot. Just stripped. Can't do anything about it. At least it's just a cover. There we go. Gotta go. Time for daughter's birthday dinner. See you, Redacted. Wish your daughter a happy birthday for us. Okay. That's in. What's next? Use 8 pieces of AA batteries. On the picture shown 8 pieces battery cage, 4 pieces in 2 layers. Yeah. Let's put this thing in here. Let's see if I've got it powered. Nope, cool. So we're gonna put that in there just like that. Oops, just like that. Sure, just like that. What's next? We've got some pieces here and those two pieces. So what does that say? Okay, those go in there and then they go on the bottom. Do they just, I guess they just snap in place. So these guys get that go in there like that. Is that what that's? Okay, so those must. Ooh, that's a tight fit. I don't know how that fits. Okay, I've got the wrong side. No. It goes in there. That relies on a very there we go. Very tight fit. That's good. Lots of birthdays, yeah. There we go. And then somehow these go on here and stay. Oh. Uh-oh. It's not catching on this side. Why not? Maybe I've got them mixed up. Well, that doesn't really. Oh, there we go. Okay. And that just kind of sits there. That means the model's done. And it doesn't get mud flaps because that one just broke right off. So mud flaps are, this is the no mud flap edition. No mud flash edition. I will be at Smurf. I will be at Smurf for my birthday. This is a pretty cool model. There's a lot of really cool things that they did with this. I did make the mistake of letting that front spring be wrong though, and it's kind of deformed, so need to have Steve Build's action figure sitting in there. Okay, so now we should be able to pop in here, lift the hatch, turn on the radio, and turn it on. little crab walking there. There we go. Okay. Whoa. Okay. So steering's a little weird. Okay, how do we set up mixing on this? Does anybody know? Hard to model the beard. Can you shave it off? Okay, I have no idea what I'm doing. Nope. I think this is not stuff I care about. Oops. Back. I want back. I want out. No. How do we go out? Back.
Receiver still connected.
Let's start over.
Welcome to HTX. Stop.
That was kind of nice. It wouldn't, it warned me before powering off the radio when the model was still on. Okay. How do I go? Oh, here's pages right here that I'm in. So let's go page over channel monitor. How do I change things? Mixers, channels, monitors, mixers, monitor. No, that's not what I want. Nice features when you have dead batteries later. Yeah. I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. That's not what I want. Okay, let's see. We can look it up. Pull and hold right to get to the menu. Pull. Pull and hold right. What do you mean pull and hold right? I don't know what pull and hold right. Pull and hold right. Is that right steering? Is it a right button? There's 3 right buttons. That's not user manuals. User manual. I don't get what pull and hold right means. I'm gonna cut this right here. If anybody's familiar with this, I'll follow directions. But I don't know what pull and hold right means. Hold right and the screen will go to the menu. You have a page button, yeah. If I hold it, it doesn't do anything. Now I can go here and I can get to channels monitor and I can get to, oops, that's model set. I didn't mean to go there. And I can go, so channels, and I can scroll through here and I can see there's channel 2 as my steering. Wow, this opened at the last page. Here, we've got the manual, instruction manual. Reversing a servo, dual rate, mixing. 29, page 29. 290, page 29. Let's see. To be able to support many different types of radio, physical controls, input, multiple inputs can be combined. The input screens is where you map your physical radio controls, for example, sticks, sliders. Where do I get to the inputs? Will automatically map your controller sticks to... Well, this isn't... Why are they talking ailerons, elevators, and rudders when we're looking at the ground controller here? This is the instructions for the ground controller. I don't need to know about ailerons, elevators, and rudders. How do you get to the input screen? Your inputs to a different order based on the radio setup. The input section is also commonly referred to as dual rates. But how do I actually get to those? Ah, it's probably in here. Model name. That's just drive modes. I don't know what drive modes means. Inputs. I don't know. Have you set your mode? Where do I set my mode? Here. Does that help? So I got here. I went here. I went. How do I get back to the? Anyway, this is car 2, which is my second model. If I went to model, and now I can page through the different settings, so setup for the model. And then I've got name, start, timer, E-limits, trim, throttle, restart checks. I hope if the beeping is annoying, I can see how to turn that off. Mode, that's internal RF. And then it goes back up to the top. There are 11 pages here. This is what I get for buying the complicated radio. Hold on. Okay. Let's see. Let me go back up to the beginning on this. Drive modes. Is there a drive modes? Here. It's drive modes. Drive modes is on page 24. Let's look at 24. Drive modes allow you to have different trim settings for each drive mode. Once multiple drive modes are configured, you can adjust the trim settings in each drive mode. You might not have a mode, as that's typically for planes. Okay. I can scroll through here. So that's page 2. Ooh. There's page 3, which is the drive modes. Inputs. Steering, throttle, SA, SB, S1, S2, SC. And then mixes. And then outputs. So I'm guessing it's somewhere in here, right? How do I actually, so if I go here, Inputs. Edit. I have no idea what I'm doing. The throttle is correct. Mostly because I plugged it in, so it's correct. Throttle works. See, that's forward, that's reverse. And steering is correct for the front. I just need to mix it to the rear now. I want the rear, so this is set up into channel 2 or channel 3. The rear steering is set up into channel 3. So I need this to do the same as this, but the opposite. Or actually, it would be the same. Yeah, I just need this to duplicate that. And I just don't understand these radios enough. I never have messed with, even when I was doing RC stuff, I never messed with mixing or anything. So what I don't understand is how these inputs, like, how do I say channel 3, what channel 3 does? Here's channel 3. Edit. Source. Ah, hey, there we go. Okay. Okay, now I need to reverse channel 3. Is that in here? How do I reverse channel 3? Hey, we're getting there. Outputs. Is this where it is? Direction. Invert. Aha! Nice. I think that's good. I think we're done. I think we're done. We can drive it. Ooh, I didn't know that I was going to get through that. I do have some capability of figuring things out. That was, I have to admit, that was feeling a little overwhelming though. Here, let's get a camera here. Let's drive it. That front steering is not great though. The rear steering is way better than the front. Oscar is not about any of that. That's max speed. Ah, it is backwards. So throttle is backwards. Because I've noticed this is set up in brake and steering mode. And when I go back, but then I go this, I have to hit it twice to go forward, which means that's, this is actually forward. Yeah. So let's inverse, let's output channel 1, edit, and but I need to invert it, and then I need to switch the plugs on the thing as well. Actually, it's already inverted. Yeah, so now I need to actually change the plugs on the wiring. because now it's correct for the radio. Okay. Yay, it's done. I'm not gonna get in there and reverse those plugs right now. That sounds like a job for future me. If it's brushless with 3 wires, just swap 2 of them, of course. But these are brushed, and all it means is me swapping those 2 plugs for the fronts. I didn't realize that the radio was already inverted, but I'm going to consider this build done. It is a very cool model. It looks very cool, and it's very customizable. This is, I printed this basically in its basic configuration, in its most simple configuration. Okay, receiver's still connected. I know, I can plug this, power this off. There, now it's off. But yeah, I'm happy with it. If you go to the 3D sets page, you will see that, and they include blank files so you can do other designs, but I'm happy with it as it is. I'm happy with it. The color scheme and everything that I chose on here. It sits a little weird because that spring on the front, I let it set compressed, and it formed. It has a little bit of memory, and it's cool in that these fold up, and it has little pieces that come over and then lock into the side here. You get a little roof rack, and all the doors open. And what the coolest thing about this model is, I think? It uses all M3 hardware. It uses all M3 hardware. You don't need to have a selection of M2 to build this. I think that this is a showcase of some, like you're saying there, the GPs, the clever modeling that 3D Sets does. This in the back here opens. I think it's just there we are. Little flips. So that's probably going to basically sit like that. But that's the third. So that's now the third 3D Sets model that we've completed. I like this folded down. So I'm going to refold those. That. The next one, I'm not sure what we'll do. Well, the Reaper is coming. And I've started printing on that. So that'll probably be the next one. I still want to do the boat at some point. It's just a little more difficult to demonstrate that one once it's done. I'll have to try reprinting these and see if I can get the mud flaps on there without having to use glue. I think maybe if I try the Mark 5S with its better cooling, it might print those parts a little better, those thin spots that didn't do well. They don't do this model full scale, 8th scale or whatever of the rest of their models. If you go here, they have their models. This is their lineup. So this is the Reaper, and I have the Downrider pack, so it has extra channels, which will be fun. I'll learn more about this radio, figuring out how to do that. Flood the garage, no problem. It has servos, so you can change the ride height. I've bought 4 models, printed 0. I own quite a few of them. I own the Reaper, I own the Sakura, which is finished. They have this whole set of mini trucks, which is, I think, on the same scale as this. And they have the boat. I own the boat, and I own the Max 4x4. And then obviously this. I don't own any of their crawlers. I don't own any of their crawlers. I'm kind of waiting for them to come out with a new one. Their bamboo is the latest one, this guy. And that would probably be the one I'd get, even though I'd rather have like the Jeep model. But this is an early model, and I feel like they've learned a lot about modeling and techniques. And I'd rather see what they've learned applied to a crawler. Reaper looks like a, well, it looks like a rat rod type thing. So I don't own the regular Max team. I just have the 4x4 version. And then I have the Sandy. We built the Sandy. This is the first one we did on stream, was the Sandy. And I kind of want to revisit this one. Maybe not on stream, but I want to redo the suspension because I learned a lot about the suspension on these with the Sakura. And I think I could make this one ride a lot better with some different parts. I own the buggy, but I haven't printed parts for it. Yeah, and that's it. So, yeah, they have quite a collection here of cool stuff. Be interesting to see what's next. I would not have guessed the Reaper would have been their next model on the same platform. These are on the same platform, the same transmission, same drivetrain as the Sakura. Same as the crawlers are all on the same basic platform, use the same transmissions, use the same drivetrain. The Sandy and the buggy, the cool thing that I liked about the Sandy, I thought was really clever is, let's see if we can find a picture of the transmission. The transmission with its dual belt driven thing is what I thought was very cool with the buggy in general. Maybe they've got a picture. Oh, here. It's hard to see. On the buggy, they have a better picture of it right here. It has a belt drive going to another, but it uses the belts to allow for articulation in the suspension. I thought that was really cool, and we built that. We built that a couple of years ago on stream. I'd like to revisit that one, mostly in the suspension stuff. Oh, there's a second page of, oh, there is. I think that just gets into, yeah, more of they have the Bugster. I think I own that model too. And the other crawlers, the Landy and the Rancher. I had a friend whose brother made a dune buggy almost exactly like the Sandy. Yeah. Anyway, this has been a long Charlie's Angel stream. 4 hours is a little long for these. So we will be back at the let's turn that off. Solid Fork tomorrow. It will mostly be finishing up wiring and probably getting into configuring RepRap firmware. Now, build stuff, I need to spend some time with the CNC router to do some panel stuff on it, and I haven't printed the skirts yet. So I think it'll be mostly a configuration and RepRap firmware stuff. We'll be able to hopefully make it move type stuff tomorrow. So, and then there will not be a stream next weekend because I'll be in Manchester for Smurf. So, and get back from that, and we'll finish up the solid fork and then figure out what's next. So with that, thank you everyone. Thank you for being members. Felix says at the model. Yeah. So have a good rest of your day. Hope to see you tomorrow. And take care, everyone. Enjoy the build. Bye.